roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself,
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What a
what a
lovely morning.
wonderful
I'm
world.
so happy this morning. Welcome back. I'm here again, Linda Lewis with Lewis Armstrong Family Services, and I have a very special guest this morning, Ms. Gina Brown,
Good
one of our
morning.
supporters for Lewis Armstrong Family Services for a long, long time.
Oh,
Welcome.
I'm glad to be here.
Oh, thank you. You look lovely this morning.
Girl, thank you. I feel good. I
Great,
do.
great, great. We're going to talk about Louis Armstrong Family Services and the changes that will be made recently, the changes that were made, and the way we're going to move on. We're going to move on and make it a better organization with more support. And I'm here this morning. I'm very happy to be here. Haven't been here for a while, but I'm happy to be here this morning and have a lovely guest with me this morning also.
Thank you.
Miss Gina Brown has, as you know, has been with us for quite some time. New Orleans Talk Network, of course, is this the first time here?
This is my first time doing New
Okay.
Orleans Talk
Oh,
Network.
great, great.
It
You've
is.
done many other shows, I'm sure.
And you and I have done some shows
Yes, we
together,
have.
the
Yes, we
OK, and
have.
some other affiliates too.
Yes, we have. And this is a new venue for you, and hopefully it's not your first time. It won't be, I mean, it's your first time, but it won't be your last time,
I'm
I'm
definitely
sure.
looking forward to it.
Thank
I
you.
am.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, Louis Armstrong Family Services, as you may know, was designed in 1996, 20 years ago. Of course, we were put together and we tried to, and we did, as a matter of fact, help many, many families to stay together. As you may know, we focus on adolescent boys. And the reason for that is because they cannot enter into the shelters. They have to go to relatives, and also sometimes they're on the street and they're really surviving, and it may not be the way we desire, but they're surviving. So we put this whole program together in 1996 to make sure that the family stays together and the adolescent boy is nurtured, and also he's loved by the family, and really he has to go the right way and do the right things. So I'm happy that Louis Armstrong is still in existence. However, we had a recent change with our one of our funding agencies, Unity of Greater New Orleans, and they desire to have our program designed in another manner, which was not our mission. So we stepped out on faith and decided to not be funded by Unity of Greater New Orleans, and we will get the support of the public. I know, because we are working with the public. So, Gina, I'm so happy. As I said before, you helped us with our fundraisers, and we couldn't have
Hmm.
made it without you and friends. You have friends that come over also, Sharon
Hmm.
Morton,
Yeah.
and a host of others. What are you doing now, and what organization are you helping? I know it's more than one. And of course, everyone knows that you definitely at Lace the Grand Ballroom
Well,
on the
I've been doing a lot of
first,
stuff with them, and
yes, the
Lisa
first
and
Friday,
I,
right?
First Fridays have been going on for a long time, and I was
Yes.
thankful to be a part of that.
Oh, yes. I love it.
We've made a few changes here since the beginning of the year,
Okay.
just kind of circulating the talent over in that area, just
Okay.
putting more, giving other artists exposure and a chance to be a part of that whole program that Lisa has going on over there. But there's so much more happening in the city. I'm currently affiliated with the Crescent City WIC program, which is, for expecting mothers. And so I put together a program for the breastfeeding campaign. Just created some
Oh, great.
jingles and videos for that. That's been my biggest project this year that I've been working on. But of course, I've done some stuff for the neighborhood development. I've worked with Helping Hands. I've done
Wow. And on and on.
yeah, the list is extensive,
Really?
but I'm thankful because that's my opportunity to actually use my gift to help people, do what they need to do in the community. And it's been a real blessing for me. It
It's such
really
a great
has.
talent. So, when did you start entertaining as a child, or
Girl, look,
tell
they
me
tell
a
me I've been
story, a
singing as
moment in history?
yeah, yeah, let's go back. Way back. We're not even gonna say how far back, but they say I've been singing as long as I've been talking,
Wow.
according to my parents. But professionally, I've had a 30-year career.
Wow.
And As a matter of fact, I'm
Wow.
celebrating a 30-year career coming up
Wow.
next
Really?
year.
Oh, great. Great.
And so it's been whirlwind. It really has, because it's one of those things when you have the gift, but you try to pursue other things. Like I thought I was going to
Yes.
be a nurse.
Oh,
I
okay.
went
All
into the
right.
military and I was like, I'm going to be a nurse. But
Okay.
as God would have it, I actually started my first career in radio.
Wow.
Mm,
And radio.
in radio. I
You know,
was in
remember the
radio, and
station?
I worked for WBLX in Mobile, Alabama.
Okay.
Worked for the AM station. I did AM gospel and blues first.
Okay.
And then I transferred to the FM station and started doing a jazz show on Sundays. Then, of course, overnight with his voice.
Yes, a beautiful voice, beautiful voice. Everyone knows your voice, and I'm pretty
Thank
sure
you.
the next time we'll have you sing a couple of songs for us.
What
I
you
don't
say,
know you're not
girl?
prepared
Girl,
today,
let's
but
do early in the
hey,
morning.
it'll be our pleasure. It'll be our pleasure, definitely, definitely.
But my career has been whirlwind in terms of moving forward with a lot of things. So what we're gonna do is give you a little bit more history from radio, singing jingles, singing
Okay,
with bands,
okay,
international tours, back to the city and the stateside, and doing more stuff in the States. And it's been great, and looking forward to doing more international stuff too as well. So
great,
just a little
wonderful,
bit of
wonderful. So you said 30 years. You don't look much older than 30. Seriously, I'm not complimenting you. I'm telling you the truth. I'm a person
look.
that tells the truth.
I'm
So,
proudly 51 years old and thankful
wow.
that I've made it to be 51.
Beautiful,
I
beautiful.
am.
That's when you know you're looking good when you tell your
Girl,
age.
look, I don't mind. I don't mind. And it ain't even about looking good. It's about being thankful that you make it.
Yes, that's true.
You know
That's
what I'm
true. And
saying?
being
So
healthy,
that's it.
being here.
That is
I've had
it.
so many friends recently that really are really sick,
Hmm.
and it brings you to mind that you have to appreciate every day, every minute, that you have with your friends, your loved ones, and also your family.
Yeah.
So,
I had a little scare with some cancerous cells about 5 years ago.
oh, you did?
And since then, I've been trying to use my platform to educate people about early detection. I didn't go through all of the phases of cancer because my source was early detected. And
Okay.
so my campaign is focusing on go and get yourself checked.
Okay.
Even if it's
Yes.
your body's normal,
Yes.
right, Miss Linda?
Yes.
If
Yeah,
it's
right.
not normal, just go and have it checked.
All
It's a
right.
simple fix.
Right.
And so because of that, there are more and more women that's not going through all the phases of cancer,
Oh,
phase one,
yes.
two, three, or whatever.
That's right.
If you go and get the free mastectomy, I mean, not mastectomy, but breast cancer
Yes.
mammograms. Oh,
Rest.
there we go.
Yes. Okay.
And then, of course,
No
cervical
problem.
screening too. I've been learning a lot. I'm connected with the Louisiana Breast and Cervical Health Program,
Great.
and they always send things to keep me up on the numbers, and the numbers are alarming in New Orleans.
Yes.
In New
Yes.
Orleans and Louisiana,
Oh,
and it's getting younger and younger.
yes.
So
Yes.
it is scary, but
Yes.
like I said, we can't be what does my doctor tell me? You can't stay off of WebMD, Gina. He was like,
Yeah.
you don't be trying to
Right.
self
Exactly.
diagnose.
Well.
That's what he was like.
Well.
He was like, oh, that's nothing but a
Yeah.
little heartburn, ain't nothing, but you never know.
Well, it helped me because I recently had the shingles, and
Hmm.
it left me defaced. I say defaced, but it's left marks in my face that
Hmm.
I was ashamed to come outside for a long time. And I found a lot of information on the internet,
Hmm.
and it made me feel a little better than I had. However, it's devastating to have shingles, number one, and have it in your face, and losing your
Yes,
sight
Lord.
in your eye. It
Really?
was, yeah, it was a 4-month process.
They
And
say shingles is brought on by stress.
yes, well,
So I've gone through
I've
that.
made
So
changes.
look, I'm telling you, I've gone
I've
through that.
made yes, I've made changes in my life, and hopefully I'll never see Mr. Shingles again.
Yeah.
It was devastating. It was so painful, and as I said, it left marks. I was supposed to be going to I went to the dermatologist, and when
Hmm.
I went to the dermatologist said, "Well, I can't do anything for you. You have to go to a plastic surgeon." I said, "Oh no, I can't. I
Wow.
can't. I wasn't ready for it, so I'm waiting. Hopefully, it'll get back, or my skin will heal and
Well,
everything will
you
be
know
all
what?
right.
Let me just say, you know what that's about, right? It's about your testimony. Because once you survive a
Yes,
situation like that, it's definitely about your testimony and
yes,
giving praise for everything. See, because you made it through for a reason, so you can help somebody else.
that's true.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
So don't
That's
let it
true.
don't let it even taint your confidences. Come on, please.
Well, it did.
You
It did.
just
I'm
gotta
better
let it.
now. I'm better now. I just couldn't face the public. I missed a lot of things I wanted to attend.
Hmm.
My good friend Lisa birthday party. I feel so bad about not, because she was there for me
Right.
in the beginning of Louis Armstrong Family Services, and I
Hmm.
wanted to be there for her. However, it just couldn't happen. I just couldn't come out. I just could not. It was
So I
horrific.
have a couple of questions. I want to
Yes.
know, like, with the Armstrong Family Services mission to help the young boys, right? Is there
Yes.
anything new or anything that you see now happening that you think you definitely need to focus on more of now in light of all of the crime and all of the stuff that's happening in the city, in our city? Let's just start with our circle right
Right.
here.
Exactly.
What exactly do you
Exactly.
think you guys need to do
Exactly. Well,
now?
since we're not under constraints
Okay.
as we were, we were boxed into this particular funding agency. And if you didn't hop when they say hop or jump when they say jump, we were not funded. As a matter of fact, we're waiting for our reimbursement since April of this year. We haven't been reimbursed. So,
Wow.
that's really a barrier. It really kills a small organization, and I am so happy now. Not happy, 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 but happy. I'm very grateful that I can step out on faith and look forward to doing things to help people. Period. To make sure that it's done in our community, not somewhere else, and designed by someone else.
Right.
They cannot identify our organization because they're funding us. Like, oh no, that's not happening. But it takes a lot to do that. Most people won't. If they say jump, they'll jump for $1, $2, or $3 or whatever. But fortunately, I decided not to do that and to do things that I think need to be done
So what are you
to
going to
address
do
the
different
community.
with our young men in the current situation?
Well, Lloyd Dennis says, he's the Silverback Society. He's approached me several times
I'm
and asked
familiar
me
with
to
that.
not join them, but partner with his organization. And there are other organizations I'd like to partner with that's doing other things too. I think if we put it all together, you know, we can do it too. Other people does that, and we can do it too. The other groups, they'll do some things, but we can't do it.
Right.
So
You're
I
right.
think we can. I know with my experience, and I have over 35 years of experience. I worked with Sally and Roberts with Each One Save One before Louis Armstrong Family Services,
Okay.
and that's a mentoring program. I partner with, as I said, the Silverback Society. We're definitely going to do that soon, and also, I've worked for Catholic Charities, which wasn't really hands on.
Hmm.
It was really a number,
Okay.
and I'm here to say that. So, with that being said, I'm looking forward to our second half of our show.
Okay.
I enjoyed the first
Well,
half,
good. Me too.
and we'll be seeing and talking to you in a couple of minutes. Thank you so much.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and you.
Crown Properties Incorporated, development and property management specialists, specializing in commercial and residential properties with over 20 years experience. We specialize in property management, tenant placement, rent collection. We also manage single group housing. We have a full-time maintenance staff, 24-hour emergency on-call services, and we're fully licensed and insured. Let us do all the work while you receive the monthly checks at Crown Properties Incorporated. For more information, call 504 366 4001. That number again is 504 366 4001. Or come visit us at 405 Gretna Boulevard, Suite 109, Gretna, Louisiana. Crown Properties Incorporated. For all your property management needs. You be the investor, we'll be the landlord. Crown Properties Incorporated.
Wags Food and Culture at 1601 Plaza Drive in Marrero, always delivering the best food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's a reason why people keep returning to Wags. The food's always hot, great portions, and it's just down home good. Call ahead to order in advance at 504-348-3080. That's 504-348-3080. And let Larry know that you heard about Wags on the New Orleans Talk Network. Call him now. Wags Food and Culture at 1601 Plaza Drive in Marrero.
What's up, guys? It's Paul Murray with the 60-second sports report. Let's get to it. First, everybody in all of sports mourns the loss of the winningest basketball coach in Division I history, Pat Summitt. Summitt won 8 national titles, including 3 consecutive from 96 to 98. Summitt was 64. Also, another legend in sports passed away yesterday, Buddy Ryan, the father of Buffalo Bills head and assistant coaches Rex and Rob Ryan. Many people around the NFL consider Buddy to be an innovator of the NFL defense today. Ryan was 85. Despite recent flooding, the Saints say they plan to keep the training camp at the Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia. Let's move on to some baseball. The Texas Rangers get another win, beating the Yankees 7-1 behind a stellar pitching performance from Cole Hamels. The Rangers now have the best record in all of baseball. Last night in the College World Series, the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina take down Arizona 5-4 to force a Game 3 winner-take-all championship for the College World Series title. All right, guys, that's all for today. I'll be back tomorrow for another 60-second sports report.
At Jones Insurance, we find that peace of mind offers a real advantage. That is why we work hard to make things easier for you by protecting your cars, your homes, your businesses, and your life. Peace of mind, isn't that the best protection? Learn what insurance can do for you. Call your agent at 504-348-1492 or visit us at 7603 West Bank Expressway, Marrero, Louisiana.
What is New Orleans Talk Network? It's today's hottest topics with an added flair. You get ready because the conversation will be hot and better yet, mobile. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app available on Android, iPhone, iPad, and you can listen to us on the web at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com. Write down our talk line at 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255. Interactive and worldwide. That's what we are. Join in on the real conversation and tell a friend about the New Orleans Talk Network.
I see trees of green.
Welcome. We're back and live here with Miss Gina Brown. And I'm trying to get her to sing a song. I've asked her, I hinted really. And she said next time. But hey, what you think about that? You think we should have a little song?
I was kind of feeling that Louis Armstrong thing just now. I really
don't
was.
Make me cry. Don't make me cry.
That'll make you cry?
That's
okay,
my
then all
favorite.
right. Then
That's
we're not going to do it. I saw you moving in
That's
the chair.
My favorite. Right? I love it. Every time I hear it's like the first time, and I've heard it a
like
million years.
For the first time.
Someone
like told me this morning, music is like the timeline of our lives. Because you can hear a certain song and it'll bring you back.
That's right. What you doing and when the first
Girl,
time you heard it.
Be like Betty Wright. Oh yeah, now I remember.
Really? really.
So yeah, I use that. I use that with everything that I do.
Okay. So what song have you decided to sing for us?
She gonna put me on blast. She really is. Okay then. I'm ready. Hold on, let me pull my track up real fast.
Wow. That's really ready.
I come prepared all the time.
That's the way to be.
I would love. I think, when people ask me to sing, you always think about like, what song do you want to sing, and what could you sing? What's gonna be for? I always pray first, Lord, what you got for me, because I don't ever know. I tell people all the time that I use this gift that I have. my own ministry. It's my ministry. I get a chance to share it, make somebody smile, save somebody's life, change somebody's spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's a ministry. And at the end of the day, I rely solely on whatever he puts on my heart to kind of put it out there. So I would say, with every little bitty thing I do, I'm gonna do my best for you. Oh Lord, I'm committed. I'm gonna give my all in all, no matter what the call. Oh Lord, I'm committed. That's just for you, Miss
Love
Linda.
it. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Because you
much.
are
I
your
know
commitment to the
everyone
community,
enjoyed. Yes.
your community commitment, just I mean, has been for over 30 years.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. Yes.
so
And I enjoy it. I love helping people. That's why I decided to move on
there you
and
go.
help more people, and not just be an agency with a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of barriers, a lot of, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I've ran out of funds. I can't help you. I hate that. I hate when someone call you for help and you can't help them.
Right.
Everybody that walks through my door, God knows, I try to help them in some kind of way. And that's the way all of us should be, and most of my friends like you,
Hmm.
we're that way.
If you
We're
call
that
me
way.
and I can do it,
That's
I'm
right.
there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna find somebody else to do it if I can.
Okay,
So
really, really. So let's tell everyone where you will be, what time you will be there, this week, next week, and hopefully, I don't know how large your schedule
girl, look
is
at
for
this
the month of
calendar. Look at
July.
that's crazy.
Wow.
But
Wow,
I'm
that's
thankful.
great.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
I'm
that's
thankful.
wonderful. Yes.
Everybody's getting ready for Essence Weekend, of course.
Yes,
It's
yes, they
big in
are.
the city. It's their 20th year celebration, I think.
It is?
I think it's their 20th year celebration.
Oh, I think it's a little bit more.
Yeah,
It's a
20
little,
plus. It's
yes.
20 plus.
Yeah,
Maybe
because, yeah,
yeah,
Armstrong
because
is
2
20
years
years.
ago I did the Coca-Cola 20 year
Yes,
celebration with them. So it's got to be 22, at least
yes,
22.
yes.
But anyway, tonight we're kicking it off with Cedric Richmond's
Oh, one of my
Congressman
supporters.
Richmond's
Yes,
welcome party, his Essence welcome party. I've done it for
yes.
the past 3-4 years, I think.
Oh,
And
great.
it's been great. It's a
Yes,
lot of fun. It's
it
where
is.
everybody who's coming into the city
It
checking in,
is.
got a place to go, hang out, and get the light up for the entire weekend.
Oh,
Kind of
yes.
sets the tone for what the rest of the weekend is going to be like. So tonight, it's myself, it's Captain Charles, it's Jubilee, DJ Jubilee, the Pinstripe Brass Band,
Wow.
DJ Rod
Really
Smooth.
nice. Really
And so, it's
nice.
like two sides and a big
Yes.
party. And
Oh, yes.
so we're looking
It's
forward to it.
wonderful. Oh,
I'm
it's
definitely
wonderful.
looking forward to that, of course, and then I have a couple of other things inside the convention center this weekend that I'm doing. Two different booths, one with the Crescent City Wick booth and the other with New Orleans historic New Orleans historic jazz in the park
Okay.
also.
Yes. Okay.
Doing some work with them too as well. So I'm excited and
Great.
I'm looking forward to it. And then of
Mhm.
course 4th of July, I'm ready for fireworks.
Ah, okay.
I'm totally ready.
Great. Great. So that venue is tonight
That's
and it's
tonight,
from what time to what time?
8 p.m. Everything doors open at 8 p.m. It's an invitation only event,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I'm sure if you contact or go online, they have areas that you can go and pick up the invites if they still have any
Yes. If they
left.
still have any
If they
left.
still have any left, it's a big party. It's
Yes,
a
it
very big
is.
party, and
Yes, it
and and I'm
is.
looking forward to it. I
Well,
really am.
great. I'm sure you'll have fun there. I've had fun there for many, many years.
You should come.
Oh, maybe next year.
Oh, maybe next year.
Yeah, kiss Cedric for me.
All
He's
right,
one of my supporters from my organization, and I love him.
I
So
will definitely share that with
tell
him
him I'll
tonight.
be there next year.
All right,
Next year,
perfect,
definitely,
perfect.
I'll be better.
Miss Linda, I recently launched a production company.
No, I didn't
Hmm.
know that.
It's GB Productions.
Okay,
Um,
okay, you whispered that.
it's called GB Productions, and you can go to
Okay,
gbproductionsllc.com.
okay, all right.
I've been here of late. That's the direction that I think that my path has been set already. So that's the direction I seem to be going in more and more
Okay.
with helping to produce festivals as well as some videos and commercial jingles. And, so I figured this is it. So I
Okay.
launched my production company
Great.
earlier this year. And I have from line dance teams to artist roster that's crazy because I've worked with so many of the artists in the city
Yes.
of New Orleans, and I try to always, encourage them. Or, I tell people all the time, somebody had to help me,
Yes.
so that's what we're supposed to do.
That's what we're supposed to
We're
do.
supposed to help
That's
each
right.
other.
That's right.
So even the artist that's in the Walmart parking lot trying to sell me their CDs, I try to always give them some information that's going to
Yes.
help them, something that will help them change the game. How about that?
That's wonderful. So that's
So,
an addition to your talent. And
addition to
you're
me
okay. All right.
performing, which I
You had me scared. I
love.
said, okay, we can't give you up like that. You can't change it like that. You can add, but you can't subtract.
I'm
Okay. Okay.
adding, and
Good.
I'm loving
Wonderful.
it. I really
Oh,
am.
great.
Especially the creative side. Like I'm creating more jingles, commercial jingles, and things of that nature. And it's been really good.
Great.
It's been
Great.
really good.
So you have your commercial jingles now with whom?
Oh God, I just did one yesterday for Ken's Lounge in La Plaza. I have the breastfeeding campaign, the Louisiana WIC program, Crescent City WIC program, and of course, I was the voice and face for the Louisiana Lottery commercial a
Yes.
few years ago,
Yes.
and Merchants Bank. I've done Nissan of New Orleans. I have done. I'm
Hey.
just, the list is extensive, but I'm
Well,
enjoying it. I really am
great.
enjoying it.
So is there a phone number we can call if
You
we
sure
need your
can.
services?
Exactly. You can just, and you'll get to me directly. I'm
Oh,
not
great.
trying to hide.
All right.
504. The number
Okay.
is 504 559 6686. You can also go to
Mhm.
my website, especially those of you who are in town that are looking for what's going on this week and what's on my
Yes.
calendar. You
Yes.
can visit any of my social media pages. I have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and it's Gina Brown Sings
Great.
hashtag. So
Okay. Could you
you,
repeat it, please?
it's hashtag Gina Brown Sings.
Okay. Okay.
The website is GinaBrownOnline.com, and it has a complete schedule of everything that I got
That you're
going on.
doing.
Mhm.
Oh, great. That's
So I'm
wonderful.
looking
So it's
forward
easy.
to hearing from everybody. As a matter of fact, if
Everyone,
you're listening
please.
right now, you can
Yes.
go to my website and hit me and tell me whether or not we did a good job or a bad job. How about that?
Right, right. And you can also go on NOTN website
Hmm.
and you definitely will see us there. And we are there from period to period, time to time. I'm not sure what time right now, but if you go on, they will list it for you.
Okay,
So you
great.
on your website, NOTN website, and our website also, Louis Armstrong Family Services.
Well, I'm
So we
gonna
have
post the link for
well,
sure
I
so
have
people
to. I
can see
know.
it.
I know my producer and my new technician and my everything. Mr. Brown does not want me to mention his name, but I have to because he's been wonderful, Mr. Wonderful. So I have to thank him publicly. Thank you so much, Mr.
Hmm.
Brown.
Mr. Brown also has creativemarketing.com that you can go to if you need those other
Okay,
services.
let's hear that again.
Creativemarketing.com.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's good to definitely be helpful to those who've been helpful to you
Mm-hmm.
and to those that you can help also. So we are not ashamed. We're not afraid to shout it out. Those who have helped us, we are here to help you also.
And I have a question when we come
Okay.
back from this break
Okay.
for about Louis Armstrong
All right.
Family Services.
Thank
I
you.
see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and you.
New morning show alert. New morning show alert. The Warren Ballantyne Show airs daily from 9 to 11 a.m. Central Time, bringing you the news you need to know. The Warren Ballantyne Show, now on the New Orleans Talk Network.
This is Tanya Free. A lot has happened since last Wednesday's show. A historic sit-in and a protest in the House of Representatives, Supreme Court rulings on affirmative action and immigration, an armed gunman in a theater in Germany, and a Donald Trump-inspired congressional hopeful post, a Make America White Again billboard in Tennessee. You can't make this stuff up. Speaking of Trump, What's your take on him now reading from a teleprompter and calling up Michelle Bachman to be his top female evangelical voice? These stories and more this Wednesday on the Tanya Free and Friends Talk Show, 2 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Central.
Join Tanya Free and Friends at tanyafree.com. On air, online, and on point.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
This is Belinda Parker Brown, President of Louisiana United International. I am the host for A Force for Justice. You can listen to us every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central, exposing the injustice in our criminal justice system. You can also call in at 504-341-8255 and tell us how you have become a victim in our criminal justice system.
On the New Orleans Talk Network, A Force for Justice with Belinda Parker Brown.
Hey, this is Gerard Stevens of the New Orleans Talk Network. People have been asking, where are you? Well, we're right here, and we're definitely talking first thing in the morning. Make sure that you join in on the conversation and also comment at 504-341-8255. It's a new concept that you can take with you on your mobile device. Download our free app at Google Play for Android and the App Store for iPhones and iPads. Take us wherever you go and make sure you download that app to your mobile device. It's the New Orleans Talk Network, the wave of the future. We're talking.
Are you a big sports fan? Do you love to express your views about your favorite team, only to call a radio station to get that busy signal, or to be placed on hold for an hour? Well, here's your alternative. Join me, Thank Boris Sight, and my co-host, the People's Persons P, as the New Orleans Talk Network brings to you the all-new Fan View, where the real fans talk sports. Every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. Central. Fan View, express your views on New Orleans Talk Network.
I see trees of green, red roses.
Thank you, and welcome back to New Orleans Talk Network. You can call us. I didn't mention that. Did you know they can call in?
They can call in.
Yes, the number is 504-341-8255. So callers, you can call us at any time during this last half hour of New Orleans Talk Network. And I'm so happy to have Miss Gina Brown here and another special guest. Gina, would you introduce our special
Well,
guest?
let me just say this has been my bestie since high school. We went to high school together in Mobile, Alabama. My friend Varian Walton is a part of Vision Voice Varian, and she has her own online web show.
Okay.
And it's been how many years now?
Oh, quite a few years.
Yes,
Quite a few
Definitely.
years. It's been
Gina
quite a
and
few
I
years.
Gina and I have been friends since we were 14 years old. And what's
Wow.
interesting about all of that is that, she was coming in from Spokane, Washington. And to hear me speak, a lot of people just couldn't believe that I was from the South. And it was funny when she got to me, she didn't understand a lot of the kids, and what they were saying, but we just kind of got each other instantly. And for what it's worth, I guess you could say we've been inseparable ever since.
Oh,
For
great.
sure.
Wonderful.
And been doing great
Wonderful.
things. I went radio and she took TV. So she worked TV for years and now has her own online show. So
But you know what? That's the beauty of the digital age. It's
Mhm.
making it such that Miss Linda, you're here and making an impact with your live stream. And
Oh.
talk radio, it's always popular, and it is the cusp, if you will, of every community in terms of local charities and the children's services. And kudos to you
Well, thank
with
you.
everything that you're doing with the Louis Armstrong organization, because there are so many children who need forever homes.
Yes.
And when you think about the commitment that you're making for more than 30 years, I applaud you in your
Thank you.
efforts and everything that you're doing.
Thank
And
you so
I do
much.
want to say this too, because of the transition that you're making right now. If you are listening and you have resources that could be helpful to the Louis Armstrong Family Services, feel free to contact Miss Linda. Now give them your information.
Yep, definitely. You can go online. I have, as I said, Mr. Brown has redirected everything and made sure that everything was up to date. You can go online to louisarmstrongfamilyservices.org, or you can call us at 504-899-2995. Our website is available, and it's you can upload that, and also you can email us arminc, ARMINC at bellsouth.net. Thank you.
Very good. I like that commercial. We need to make it an official commercial.
Yes, yes,
Louis
I appreciate
Armstrong
it.
Family Services is a 501c3, right?
Right.
501c3 nonprofit organization that provides homeless children and their families traditional housing, permanent housing, and case management services. For more information, go to arminc at bellsouth.net.
I want to say something very quickly as a newcomer. I visit New Orleans often, obviously with Essence Fest. But when you think about just your organization and your brand with Louis Armstrong, he was quite the ambassador,
Yes.
not only for the city of New Orleans and the United States, but quite the ambassador in Europe as well.
Yes.
And to
that's
know
true.
that you still get teared up
Yes,
when you
I
hear
do.
the song,
I do.
and your theme song is just a reminder to those who are coming to the Crescent City, like myself, every single year for that experience called Essence, that you
Yes.
can't take that for granted.
No,
You know,
no,
Look,
no, you
and,
really
and Louis
can't.
Armstrong Family Services has been around, was around when they first did the very first Essence Fest
That's right.
here,
That's true.
and was
That's
very
true.
active with them getting it
Yes.
together. So, I mean, just to know that, to have some that kind of history, a moment in history,
Yes, a
still,
moment in history. It is. It is.
and being a part of that. I mean, you got a
Yes.
million stories on some of the things that you've been able to do, but I know you
Yes.
don't like ringing your own bell, as they
No,
say.
no, no. I just wanted to interject. Louis Armstrong is world renowned for his trumpet and his talent. However, little do people know that he was a philanthropist. Not only did was he that, he had no biological children of his own, but he loved children. And he would always, I don't care what show or where his venue was, he would keep $50 bills in his pocket to give to those who needed it. So, he was a giver. So that's the thing that I love most about him. I loved
Wow.
him to play his horn. I love to hear him sing, but to just love people, all people, it's a wonderful thing.
and it's interesting to hear you talk about him being a giver. Gina and I just lost a dear friend, Maura. Those of you who
Mhm.
are watching us live in Mobile, you remember Maura from
From
Holiday
Holiday
Inn.
Inn.
And she said something to us, and it was funny. She was my blonde, blue eyed godmother because she would hold court and would be so accepting of everyone. I don't care what your sexual orientation was, but there was something that she
Race,
said.
creed, color, she
Gina,
didn't
you
matter.
probably remember when Maury
She
said this.
said that givers gain.
Yes.
And when you
Yes.
talked about that with Mr. Armstrong, that's the thing that I instantly
Yes.
thought about.
And I think
Wow.
that's probably one of the biggest reasons why he was so popular,
Yes.
so well known, is
Yes.
because he was a giver.
He was a
That I did
giver.
not know. I thought
A
it was just
lover
strictly
of
about his
people.
No, he
music.
was just
No.
absolutely embraced,
Mhm.
like you wouldn't
Yes.
believe in Europe. And I remember during those years of his marriage, and though he didn't have children, and
Right.
he and his wife longed
That's
to be
right.
parents, that he was a surrogate father for
Every
a
time.
lot of people in the music industry. And that's why New
Mhm.
Orleans has to embrace
Its
Has
and
to.
own history.
understand its own
Really.
history. And it has to understand that music is a part of its fiber, its
Mhm.
DNA.
Yes.
Mhm.
And that's exactly why I believe Essence Music Festival has been so successful
Oh, yes,
for more than
definitely.
20 plus years,
But with that being said, though, I just hate that New Orleans itself is not supporting and cultivating that music within our schools for our children, because that's taking away our history.
Oh,
That's taking
yes.
away what they really need to know about where they live, where they're from. Because even after or during Katrina, people would say stuff to us like, "Why do you want to go back? You're in a bowl. Why do you?" Because New Orleans is not where we're from. It's who we are.
That's right.
People who live here. It's in our DNA. And so to
Yes.
take that away from the kids, I think that's kind of harsh. I think you're taking a big part of who we are away.
And that's a huge part of when you think about the fact that that next generation, if they don't know their history, if they don't know
Right.
that Louis Armstrong is a humongous part of Gina, you're standing on Louis Armstrong's shoulders.
Oh, am I
And
ever?
you know what? And Miss Linda, I'm going to let you know you're modest, but nobody's more modest than Gina. Gina's mother was huge in gospel in the city of New Orleans, and it took us being friends 20 years for someone to ask me to write an article about my best friend, and she buried the lead. She never told me that her mother, Sandra,
Yeah.
was a protege of Mahalia
Mahalia
Jackson.
Jackson.
Wow.
So
I
that's
didn't know
why,
that either.
yeah, that's why the Jazz Sunday.
Yes.
You know, if you can't afford the tickets, if you can't afford to see Mariah Carey, if you can't see that impressive lineup that Essence has lined up for us, I love the fact that every Sunday they make it a point for the masses, and the churches, the local churches, truly supported. The Clark sisters are
Are
being
being
honored
honored
this
this
year.
year.
You know,
Okay.
and music is universal. I don't care if it's gospel, if
Yes.
it's jazz, and as Gina is just teaching me, the New Orleans bounce.
Girl,
You know,
yes.
I'm trying to embrace the bounce and everything that comes with that sound. But I'm gonna tell you, after living abroad, and my siblings live abroad today, there's no other city like New Orleans, Louisiana. It has
None.
its own heritage,
Yes,
its
it
own
does.
language, its own flavor.
Yes, it does.
Its people are unique in every way.
It's like
Shape,
my boy PJ
yeah.
Morton said, he's been all over the world, but there's nothing like a New Orleans girl. And now we're spread it all over the world because of
Yes.
Katrina.
Yes, we are.
Everybody's getting a little bit of flavor.
That's true. That's true. That's really
Everybody.
true.
But this is a wonderful thing you're doing, and keeping his name and legacy alive,
Oh,
and keeping
yes.
his name and legacy alive was something that matters, that is
Mm.
making a difference. So many people can say that they come and gone, but even today, Gina's proud to tell everybody how old she is. I'm not that girl yet. I'm not that grown and sexy yet, but I'm at that age and in that season of my life, Miss Linda, where I'm asking Varian, what's your legacy? Because the thing I have in common with Louis Armstrong, and I didn't think about it until this moment. I'm not a mother. I'm not a wife. And
Yes.
that was why I wanted to be a wife first and then a
The
mother.
mother. Right.
But
Okay.
you have to know what your legacy is about. So,
Mhm.
Varian and Gina and Linda, what's your legacy going to be about? What are you leaving behind for that next generation? That's so important to be able to cultivate that and know it and make that, as you said, Gina, a part of your ministry.
What Miss Linda is doing in the community is definitely impeccable in terms of reaching out to our young men because they are fading so fast.
Yes.
And I hate to say it, but it's because of some senseless crimes that they're fading so fast. But if you can just reach one or
Right.
two of them,
Right. Exactly.
they will be the ones that could possibly reach another and make a difference. And so you got to start somewhere, right?
Really, and it's not that hard. It's really not that hard because, as someone recognized this week in another city, a young guy named Chauncey, he went to carry groceries for a guy just to get donuts, and the guy realized that he was an intelligent little boy, and he was an A student, and from there he put him on what was it, fun GoFundMe,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and he raised enough money to buy a home for this little boy and his mother who was ill. It's
Yeah.
and it's going viral because it's just one person doing one thing for another person, and it's viral. From
Paying it forward.
he wasn't homeless, but the living condition that he was in was deplorable.
Deplorable.
It was
Yeah.
deplorable, and this one person who had never done anything for anyone, just went on the GoFundMe account, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it worked for him. He raised like
That's a blessing.
$250,000.
That's a blessing.
Mhm.
It really is. So I say it doesn't take a scientist, a rocket scientist, or you have to have all alphabets in front and behind your
What
name
it take?
to do something for someone.
It just takes some heart.
Yes, that's
That's all.
that's
You just
all.
have any kind of feeling in your heart for another person. And sometimes, I have to tell people all the time this when you do something for someone and you do it from your heart, you don't have to say anything.
You
You
don't.
don't have to, walk around with your
No,
sign
you
and
don't.
saying,
You
I
don't.
did and I did.
You
If
don't.
you do it from
No.
your heart, It comes back to you. It
Yes,
comes
it
back
does.
to you twofold. It
Yes,
really
it does.
does.
And that goes back to something you were saying about Mr. Brown. You're talking about Eric Brown. Eric Brown, Gina's cousin, has been instrumental in a number of things
Yes.
in terms of my promotional and branding. But that's the thing, Miss
And
Linda.
mine.
When you think
Yes.
about the fact that we are a
Right.
world without borders and a GoFundMe account can make a difference for a charity organization, large or small.
Yes.
So and many of the social media pages and things that are out there, they're free.
Yes.
And what you
Mm.
They
gain
are.
from that can be tremendous
They
in
are.
terms of getting the word out about your nonprofit and how you're making a difference in the lives of children who really need you.
So
Yes.
I say today that we should actually go forward with asking people to, you know, pull together and make everything possible that you need to do in the community. Make it possible. Make a
Yes.
donation to Louis Armstrong
Right.
Family Services so
Exactly.
that if this is your way of giving back to the community, you can tangibly come out and work and do something. If you know that you have funding that you can make available for the Louis Armstrong Family Services, then do it. Do it.
Yes.
We got to
And
start somewhere.
right, and not only funding, volunteerism is very important.
Volunteers,
You
whatever
know,
your resources
it's
may
worth
be.
$1 million if you
Right.
can come out and volunteer and do something and help. You know, everyone has a talent. God has given every
You
one
can
of
be a
us.
mentor,
Right.
and as a journalist, I'm going to tell you, I spent some time in Memphis,
Okay.
and there was a horrible story of a number of girls at one particular school. It was a national story. I wasn't proud of it, but it was a national story where more than 90 girls were pregnant within one
Expected.
season, and that ripped at my
In a
heart.
school.
In one school, it ripped at my heart so bad that even after I got the network there, I went back and I adopted that school and put my brand, vision, voice, variant, and allowed those young ladies to see that I'm from Alabama. I'm from a community of Pritchard, Alabama, where no one expects anything of you. And unfortunately, a lot of our children are doing just that in return. They're giving them nothing. But when you make a difference and you become a mentor and they watch you walk the walk every day, Miss Linda, and you clearly have been walking the walk for 30 years for Gina,
Hmm.
to say, this is something that I want you to witness. This was worth it. I thought that it was all about the Essence Music Festival and kicking that off early. I've gotten something so much important. I've been
Thank you.
blessed in a way that I never really,
Yes.
imagined. And to know that this is live with a lot of my followers, I have more than 5,000 people
Oh,
who follow me as well. And Cheryl Johnson and Jackie, all of you who come and enjoy Essence each and every year, think about this organization, the Louis Armstrong organization, in terms of this charity and how we can make a difference with our children, because they are indeed our children,
And
whether they
yes.
came from our
That's
ovaries or we
true.
gave birth
That's
to
Right.
true.
them
That's
or
right.
not. We
They
can
are.
definitely make a big difference with that.
Such a great impact. Thank you so much.
You're
And thank you for the surprise. I didn't know you had a very, very special guest. You're my
Yes.
special guest, and you brought
And I
another
bought my,
special
hey,
guest.
this is my
And
ride or
that's the
die
way
right
that,
here.
that's what we do, okay? And we'll continue to do that because it makes a difference. You made my heart feel much better than it was, and I was kind of down and out. But it's that's a natural feeling for a human being.
Yes,
When things are
natural.
not going the way they're supposed to be going, it's like,
That's okay.
oh,
See, when you wake up in the morning, you got to be thankful for all things good and bad.
Yes, ma'am.
And at the end of
yes,
the day, the bad stuff is supposed to teach you something. And so you
yes.
walk away with the lesson, and you've been blessed again.
Thank you. I
So you
appreciate
good.
it. Appreciate it. I'm so happy. So, how long are you here for?
Me, I will be here until Monday. I have a birthday that's coming up again.
Okay.
We're not
Oh,
talking about that
yes.
age,
Okay.
not
So,
at all, but I am in the city and enjoying the city. Got here last night. I can't imagine Essence Music Festival not being here for a lot of folks who truly enjoy it. And as I was saying to you earlier, Essence honestly is an experience. You have a
it
lot of
is.
journalists who come from all the
That's right.
world who
Right.
come, and with its being in a digital age, it's a great opportunity for the city to showcase everything it has to offer. In addition to the rich flavor, the rich food, the rich history,
Mhm.
our followers are now getting an opportunity to kick it off with something that's worthwhile.
Mm.
That's
Yes.
worthwhile with
Yes.
your organization, and knowing that you are there with your family services,
Thank
carrying
you.
on a name that is tremendous
Yes.
when it comes to the
It's
branding
awesome.
of being givers in the
Hmm.
city of New Orleans. So thank you definitely
Thank you.
for allowing me to be a part of that.
Thank you. Thank you. And please include me in what event you're doing. That's our event.
Good.
Because I want to be with you and talk to you more before you leave.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't have to be, a big event, but just make sure that, you contact me.
You
I'll
can
make
count
sure
on
I
it.
come out.
You can count on it.
Make a special appearance.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That means I'll see you tonight. Okay. So that's what I'm saying.
Tonight's not tonight.
Maybe not tonight.
Yeah, not tonight. Before you leave, for sure.
Count on it.
Yes.
Count on it. You can definitely count on it. And
Thank
thank you
you.
again for the invitation.
Now,
And-
Varian, you got to tell them where they can actually find you and where you're
Really?
going to be, because people are asking, well, who's this Varian girl?
Yes.
That's
Varian.
Vision
That's a
Voice
beautiful
Varian.
name.
The name Varian Walton has served me well.
You're the
since
only
birth.
Varian I know.
Well, it's interesting. I have seen the name before. There's a gentleman in Texas. His name is Varian Walton, first and last name, and it
Wow.
freaked me out. He was on Facebook with me, and I was like, I didn't write that. I was like, you know what? No offense to you, but we can't be on the same page because I didn't write what you're writing, and it's making a big difference. But I definitely want everybody to know New Orleans has always been like a second home for me. It is a place where I support it with not only Gina Brown, but with Essence and a number of other things that are there. It's a part of the Gulf Coast magic, if you will. I'm living in Tennessee now, and every so often I have to come back home to the Gulf and understand that the water has healing powers, with that. But I'm blessed to not only be in the television news industry that's had a hard time of it with the Orlando headlines and
Wow.
everything that's gone on in Istanbul. And,
Yes.
I'm not in a newsroom every single day anymore. But when I tell you that I love what I do, and when you do what you love, it's not work. So Vision Voice
That's right.
Varian is a part of my brand of Varian Walton, and everyone can find me under varianwalton.com, as well as on my social pages as well. And give us some comments here. A lot of you are still with us live in this live stream on Facebook. Thank goodness for the digital age in
Oh,
that regard,
yes.
because with the
Definitely.
click of a button, you can be empowered, informed, and you can definitely make a difference in a number of people's lives, including folks sitting right here
Exactly.
in the city of New Orleans.
Definitely.
New Orleans is rebuilt, and it's been wonderful to watch the rebuilding process. Everything from the Ninth Ward to downtown, and just getting back on its feet and really being the pearl of the South.
Oh, yes.
And
Definitely.
the services that they've been providing has definitely been on the pulse of that too. Making sure that when
Right.
people were coming back and
Right.
family services,
It was a big job.
it was
However, I went to I had some experience in California, but I was called back to New Orleans because it was definitely needed here also, more than ever. So I'm happy to be back and happy to have you as a guest today. And I'm
Thank
pretty
you.
sure you'll be back. And
I
of
hope
course, you
so.
will also. And maybe later today, we can get together again.
Girl, we can
in
go
another
right now
video.
because she's on a coffee binge and I need some
Oh,
tea.
okay.
No, I'm coffee
Okay,
deprived.
this has
Let's
been
get
a
that right. Coffee
pleasure.
deprived. Gina, that's the only thing that we don't do.
No,
She
no.
doesn't do coffee at
I
all.
don't either.
Girl, let me
No.
tell
Okay,
you.
let me digress. I need to leave that alone. She's a tea person, so
Yes.
you just need
I
that thing to
can't.
go
Yes, I can't do. I'd be swinging on the chandeliers. You'd be like, Gina, can you come down? Don't need no coffee. That's for sure. I don't care if it's
Maybe
decaf.
all the way live.
I'm telling you.
at natural high,
This
huh?
has been a real pleasure. Thank you so
Oh,
much for having me.
Thank you. I really enjoyed this. This wasn't what I was expecting. I know it was going to be great, but how great that was.
Amen to that.
Amen.
Amen to that.
So,
Louisiana Family Services.
yes,
Linda,
Louis
thank you.
Armstrong Family Services is signing off now, but we will be back next week, same station, same time. And thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a wonderful world. I see skies of blue.
This is Pastor Donald R. Jones, and you're listening to the New Orleans Talk.